Hi, I'm Jason Gorber for ThatShelf.com, and we're here to talk about some Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. And thinking back and getting a little bit of a deja vu. Okay, we are sort of at that magical stage of 50 years away from some of the greatest music ever made. 1970, 1971. Some incredible recordings from some incredible artists. You get the sweep of all the experimentation of the 60s, just leading into the singer-songwriter and experimental artists of the 70s. And for those that don't know, copyright, especially in Europe, lapses if you don't use a bunch of stuff within 50 years. So you're seeing a tremendous amount of 50th anniversary collections coming out. So they actually get released and sort of get subsumed within copyright laws, particularly in Europe. Sometimes they're just straight up digital versions, but sometimes it's just an excuse a half century later, especially sometimes with the artist's involvement, to actually put together a collection, especially for fans, while there's still a whole bunch of people buying physical media. Now, one record which is sort of up for that anniversary, it's been sort of threatened for a number of years, is the Deja Vu record by Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, Taylor, and Reeves. Now, for those that are unaware of this record, shame on you. No, it's a really, truly groundbreaking, incredible record. The first record that CSN did with Y. Right around this time, you really had this form, a sort of a post-Woodstock supergroup kind of thing, and just incredible. Four incredible songwriters, four incredible iconoclastic individuals come together. In many ways, it formed some of the most sublime songs of the era, but also sort of spoke to the egos and the friction among these individuals. And not everybody always got along. Obviously, the connection in terms of how CSNY ostensibly assembled is you had David Crosby from the Byrds, who had obviously a very mercurial relationship with his bandmates there, as he did here. You have Stephen Stills, who was working sort of with the trio and brought in his former partner / nemesis from Buffalo Springfield, Neil Young. Then you have Graham Nash, the Brit from the Hollies. So the three of them had seen significant success in the 1960s. They came together to realize how well they harmonized. By bringing in Young, who is not the sort of he's sort of the standout individual, as it were, much more individualistic than I think that the other three, at least are considered, which may be unfair to the skills, especially of somebody like Stills, who's in many ways the superior guitarist out of all of them all, and just an incredible songwriter. David Crosby, absolutely adore Graham Nash. To have the four of them together is quite sublime. And Dallas Taylor and Greg Reeves, phenomenal backing musicians. So this truly is one of the great records of all time. This is, I believe, a first Canadian pressing. And you can see, so they went with that sort of old school post-band Americana, this sort of, if we get a sense of the oldie-timey, that they were sort of tying into something that took place in the past, hence the term deja vu. You can see again what the original gatefold looked like, and the record itself on my three-tone Atlantic. Phenomenal record, truly great to listen to. So I've had this version for a while. I then spent, as one does, a small fortune on the Mobile Fidelity release. Now, MoFi has done, it's a much lighter brown. I think it's more akin to what some of the other original pressings are. It's all gold foiled here. The image actually put it on MoFi really at the time. And the inside, instead of just being printed, it's done sort of like Stoughton style. It's actually printed and then glued on. So much clearer photography on the inside. And again, this is one of the old school white label MoFis. And included the original inside, including reminding us that you could get the Beatles at the time, and then the list of all the crazy records that was available, and an ad for UHQR at the end. And we all know what happened with UHQR with Analog Productions and all that stuff taken over. Anyway, this isn't quite one of the smiley face EQ ones where they really went to town to boost the lows and the highs and give it its own sound. I think it's a very, very good sounding version of this recording, which already sounded pretty amazing. The vinyl, though, is fantastically quiet. It is the old school JVC Super Vinyl. So I, as a big fan of this, was really happy and pleased to own the Mobile Fidelity version. Now, for this anniversary, they released essentially a couple deluxe sets. One was, one was a straight up vinyl of whatever the remaster is, supposedly from Analog Tapes. Again, you get somebody like Neil Young involved who's super neurotic about such things, which is fantastic. His releases are usually quite stunning. They did like a 5 CD or whatever it was of that, and maybe came with one of the vinyl sets. But really the only way to get everything that's on all the bonus discs, all the extras, was to buy directly from the CSNY web store. They are doing for Record Store Day a sort of greatest hits of these alternate takes and things like that. And there, from what I understand, there were a bunch, but there wasn't quite so many. There's all kinds of discussion online about, whether it's a good idea to look backwards. Look, again, you got 4 incredibly sort of crazy personalities trying to work together to actually do a release like this. Is always going to be a bit of a challenge, but hey, it finally came together. And after a little bit of a delay, we got, boom, the vinyl set. So this is the limited edition, supposedly numbered, but I've yet to see if it's numbered, version of CSNY's DEJA VU. So inside this lovely cardboard outer, also printed again on the inside, we have what promises to be the box set. Now, again, the color is not going to be tried. This is certainly, the sort of dark brown is much similar to my original pressing that is the MoFi. So I don't know how MoFi got the sort of reddish brown idea. Maybe they were just, that's all they had access to. But nonetheless, this is what we got with this. I do not see anything numbered on the outside. Nothing foil stamped here. Nope. So what they said was that there was a delay. And it's okay, don't worry, you're going to get it, and now it's going to be numbered. Well, I'm not sure that they actually did that, but let's open it up and see what's inside, shall we? Do this while trying to keep the outer plastic, because I am a crazy person. I should definitely have a better knife than this. So as I open this up, this is not just something, and again, this is not me just buying this for collectability. Genuinely really love a bunch of the demo materials that I've heard in the past from these 4 individuals. So super excited to hear how all of these elements came together. So inside the slip box, we have ye old inner. And inside here, we have essentially a bunch of discs. So let's take this out first. First you have a booklet with Joel Bernstein, of course, longtime associate with Neil, and a bunch of really lovely images sort of telling the story of the recording of the record. It would have been amazing if this was a hardcover, but we'll get what we can get. We have tchotchkes, inevitably. So inside this little envelope, if I carefully open it up, we have a series of photos of them in happier or more miserable times, depending on who you're actually listening to and the telling of the story. Stony evenings all, I'm sure. There you go. I really dig that one. I've seen that one before. So, series of photos that you can do with what you wish. This is one of those things. I recognize that I'm sort of paying for the privilege of having this stuff. It's really the music for me. It is what it is. So inside here, you can see they've actually done a series of separate gatefolds. So who knows? Maybe the gatefold will be numbered. We will see. I'm still guessing it's probably not numbered. Here we have the first record, which again Looks very similar to my first pressing. As mentioned, not numbered. Inside, if I crack this open, and again, much akin to my first pressing, exactly the same sort of fitted. So they reproduce this really beautifully well. Let's see what the actual record looks like. Is in a polyline sleeve, which is always good. And nice, flat, clean record with the original Atlantic 3 color. So this is Deja Vu. This is the same record, same version of the same record, and it's very pleasing to see, obviously. But the real advantage of this box set are these other records. Let's just pull it out. And you can see, so look at the layout here, where the dog is. You can see what they've done for the other records. They actually used other things from the same photo shoot. So all of them have different versions, well, and then a very, very different version of the same shoot. So the first one here is alternates. So I believe it's track for track of the same album, basically. Carry On, Teach Your Children, Almost Cut My Hair, Helpless, Woodstock, Deja Vu, Our House, 4x20, and No You Gotta Run. Sort of broken into with alternate versions of it. Again, same thing in poly, but not paper poly, which is interesting. They went with completely different packaging for the alternates disc. Then we have the Outtakes. So in the Outtakes, we have, as you can see, more photos, more stuff on the inside. We have Every Day We Live, the Lee Shore 1969 vocal, I'll Be There by Stephen Stills, Bluebird Revisited, Stephen Stills. Horses Through the Rainstorm, $30 Fine, Ivory Tower, Same Old Song, Hold On Tight, Change Partners, fantastic song. Laughing, David Crosby, and Right On Rock and Roll by Stephen Stills. So on these outtakes, there was supposed to be some Neil Young stuff, and Neil Young's keeping it for his art. Who knows? It doesn't matter. I get a lot of really fantastic songs. I'm super happy about it. And here is the demo set. Again, lovely black and white photo. Inside, more. That's good. Good squishy. Same kind of thing. The sort of polyline sleeve, but not a paper poly sleeve. Inside here we have Our House, 4x20, Song with No Words, Crosby Nash. Birds, So Begins the Task Called Untitled, right Between the Eyes. Almost Cut My Hair, Teach Your Children, How Have You Been, Triad, the best song ever about a ménage à trois. Horses Through a Rainstorm, Know You Gotta Run, Question Why, Laughing, She Can't Handle It, Sleep Song, Deja Vu, and Our House. So these are 2 discs of the demos, all in vinyl form. So yeah, beautiful looking set, really nice stamping, super high quality, extremely pleased by how it looks, and just in terms of packaging. I look forward to hearing how it sounds. I would love to be able to share more of this stuff, but YouTube limitation doesn't let us really play that stuff without very bad things happening. But nonetheless, there's the opening of the Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young Deja Vu Deluxe box set. Hope you enjoyed that. I think I might give them a call, because they definitely said it was going to be numbered. That was one of the things that they said when it was going to be delayed, but I guess that never actually came to pass. But so just a minor correction. I just talked about that I was unable to find any numbers on the records or stamped. There is a number. It is a limited edition. They totally weaseled it. I gotta kind of applaud them. They promised it to be numbered. They didn't say where it was going to be numbered. If you look here, and I went so quickly, my hand was probably over it. Got a number right here. This one is 1964. So yeah, they did foil stamping on the actual photo box. Sure, why not? Again, number doesn't necessarily matter much, but it's just nice that, they promised it to us for it being late. So there we are. It's numbered, but on the little sheet of photos. Thanks so much for watching. For ThatShelf.com, I'm Jason Gorber. Please subscribe. Please let us know in the comments what you think of these videos, positively or negatively. And check out a couple of our other videos, be it about records or all the other stuff that we actually publish. And we'll see you next video. All the best. Take care.